Do not post your referral codes. Doing so will result in being blocked and reported. Thank you. Hi guys, Jayson121 here. Today we're going to be talking about the new Holy Wars Resurrected Knights of the Round table. And we're also going to be talking about the battle ranking system and how the rewards work. We're going to be talking about the 1 million hits or members of Rage of Bahamut, Valkyrie versus the Dark Knight Luci, Curewater versus Holy Powder, the card of the day or week, Devil Queen, and some of our personal order changes to House of Gods. So go ahead and stick around and we'll go ahead and get ready to talk about that. But also just to state, our leader's username is Melicent1980. My username in the game is Jaybo785. Feel free to shoot me a comment or question. Our order's name is House of Gods, and we have a sister house, House of Gods 2. And be sure to use my referral code RUM26800. And we'll be talking about some of the referral code changes that have been implemented since the 27th, okay? So starting off, the 1 million users of Rage of Bahamut. Some of the rewards that you got from this was a legend card pack, 3 personal holy powders, which act just like normal holy powders, but you can't trade them, 4,000 friendship points, or that's 20 cards, and 30,000 rubies. So something that was really nice to get back to those members, and it introduced a lot of rare cards to the game, which honestly I think was kind of lacking, since it's really hard to get certain rare cards. And that, of course, increases the commerce of Rage of Bahamut and makes things a lot more useful. Also, one of the things that they stated was log in every day from now till the 7/31 to receive special presents. Today is the 30th, so I'll try to respond at least by the 1st and tell you what that quote-unquote special present was, okay? Holy Wars Resurrected Knights of the Round table. This is a lot like the Holy Wars of the past events. So, you know, one of the things that you're going to want to stock up on is those Master Gunners if you're the Warrior, or excuse me, the Man class. Ares if you're Gods, or Mithril Golem if you're the Demons. These are Wall Destroyer cards. As you can see here, it says big boost to wall damage. Now, one thing that I've learned is if you can't get around the defense leader, if you can take down that wall, you can go ahead and start attacking other members. Also, as long as those walls exist, you only get half of your Holy War points compared to destroying those walls. So if you destroy that wall during that fight, which normally lasts about 2 hours, you could really rack up a ton of Holy War points during that battle. So one tip that I really want to emphasize is that if you are having a really hard time bringing down the defense leader of the deck, and remember guys, you have to bring down that defense leader before you can start attacking other members of the order, is basically gang up on that defense leader, okay? So if you've noticed that if you have your strongest order member attacking that defense leader, if you can't bring him down, get a whole bunch of order members together that can do at least 50 attack points worth of damage. And let me say that again. Of your attack points, you're using up at least 50 of those points to do X amount of whatever attack power damage, okay? And when you do that, it reduces their defense bar by 5 status points. If you do that enough, eventually they can't use their top 5 cards, that drops down to their top 4 cards and a weaker card, and so on and so forth, until they're basically weak enough that you can take them down. Now, you're going to be using up a lot of you have the possibility of using up a lot of holy powder to do that. So if you have to win, gauge it of, is it a losing cause, you know, a worthless cause? Should we use up extra holy powder to try to win this battle, or should we just go ahead and admit defeat? And that's where talking to your vice president and your order leader really come in handy, and great communication on those forums takes place. One other thing to really consider about Holy Wars is these Holy War boosting cards. Skeptor, which basically looks like a gladiator of sorts with that weird face mask and the almost conquistador's helmet, and a flail is the man version of it. You can get a witch commander and a principality. These cards' max attack statuses are really quite high for their rare rareness, which I think these are all high rare cards, and their effect is it gives a big boost to Holy War points upon victory. I am honestly not quite sure how many points it gives and how the skill level affects that. I'm guessing it's 1% more per level. I think that these give a 25 to 50% bonus of when you win, so it can be up to a 2% bonus rather than a 1.5% times bonus. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. A 50% bonus or a 200% bonus when you win that battle, okay? So as your personal ranking goes, and including your order ranking goes, if you have these cards, enough of these, especially, I think more importantly, are these Wallbuster cards, you could definitely rank up quite higher. Of course, Ragnarok is also going in, and this basically says if you lose, you'll receive a 20% reduce in your Holy War points for your order. Silver coins, okay, how these work is if you basically attack, you're going to get 1 silver coin. You take 3rd place, you get 2, 2nd place 3, 1st place 4. Be sure to try to trade these off as much as you can. If you get 1 coin, you can trade off 1, 3, 3rd place 2, so on and so forth, up to 4 times. So basically getting you first place, if you can trade off 4 coins within your order, that's going to actually get you 8 coins. So basically 2 and almost 3 packs, okay? Because each pack is going to cost you 3 coins. How I basically sum up Holy Wars, which, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the rewards real quick. You have Gawain, Tristan, Elaine, and Guinevere and Isolde. Guinevere is pretty decent, big boost to defense all. Really, that's kind of what I need in my deck. Elaine, big boost to attack all, pretty amazing. And then when you start talking about Tristan and Gawain, those cards are absolutely amazing if you're a man deck. So last time they were giving out quite a bit of demon rewards, if I remember correctly. So this kind of goes back and forth of the battle ranking giving out those god rewards, and then this Holy Wars giving out those man rewards. This Gawain is going to probably be, if you have to rank top 100 in your order to get one of these, so really rare. Tristan is going to probably be a close second, so top 500. And Elaine will probably be 500 to 1,000. And then these Guinevere and Isolde is going to probably be the more common rewards. So that being said, if you can't get these top 3 cards, which if I'm lucky, I might be able to get 1 Elaine or maybe 2. Probably won't get a Tristan or Gawain, which is really what I need in my deck. I don't believe it's worth wasting your personal holy powders or your holy powders on, especially since this last silver coins pack, I bought about 35 packs using my coins and my rewards and used up about 40 to 50 holy powders to rank at order 514, so just barely over really where I wanted to be. And I missed out on that second Satan, or excuse me, not Satan, that second Archdemon. So just a couple places really killed my reward basis. Do I think it's worth wasting your holy powders? No. I think something like Roar of Dragons is a much better event to save those holy powders for because the rewards are so much better and the chances of getting a high normal are so much better. Out of the silver coin packs, of the 35 packs I spent, I got jacked. I think I got 1 rare and like 10 high normals and quite a few normal cards. That could just be bad luck, but the averages weren't in my favor. But moving on, these battle ranking, basically how this works is you're going to have to start ranking in the top 1,000 or higher to really start getting anything good. As you can see, you get gems, so 5,000 and over is going to get you 10. 2,500 to 5,000 is 20 gems, which at 20 gems that gets you 1 holy powder or 1 cure water. So 500 to 2,500, so that's really where you have to start ranking really high. You're going to get 40 gems, 100 to 550, 11 to 50, 100, 2 to 10, 200, and number 1 is going to get you 300 gems. And as you can see, to really start getting the good stuff, such as the Athena for 2,100 gems at 300, that's going to take you 7 straight weeks of taking first place every week to get that 1 Athena card, which is a massive hit to foes attack all. Do I think it's worth it? No, I don't. I think it's a nice bonus to players that aren't going to be taking first place every single time. You know, it's basically every 2 weeks you get 1 free cure water or 1 free holy powder. I think that's a nice added bonus. Sometimes you might get 2 if you're able to rank high enough. Personally, I think I have a really good deck. I always attack every single time I can. I'm winning about 75% of my battles, and I'm ranking like 12,000th place, okay? So I'm not using my holy powders for this event because I don't think it's worth it. I think it's a nice little bonus. I think it adds some more creativity to the battle ranking system, some more incentive to attack every single time and to take more strategic, be more strategic when you're trying to attack your other opponents. But no, I don't think it's really worth buying a whole bunch of holy powders for. Speaking of holy powders versus cure water, one thing I want to say is I used to think that cure water is worth more and is more valuable than holy powder, and I personally still do. I prefer cure water over holy powder, but most people don't agree with that because most people want that instant gratification of being able to attack right away. I like cure water because no matter what, win or lose, you are going to still have that experience point basis system of yes, maybe how this battle turned out, or how this quest turned out, or how, this reward system turned out, didn't turn out the way I wanted to, but I still get that experience to build up my actual level. That being said, Holy Powder, yeah, that's the best way to get the cards in the game, but if you lose, or if you just come an extra couple rank orders too high, like I did at that 514 instead of that 500 ranking system, then you have nothing to show for it. But if I was going to drop $100 into the game, what I'd do is I would buy 100 holy powder, and I would do a 3-to-1 trade, 3 cure waters for 1 holy powder, or I would start buying some of the max cards from other players. You can get cards like Death, or cards like the Claymore, or certain other of these really high SSR or SR cards from the number one bank. If you go to the battle ranking, you'll see player 1, 2, and 3 ranking, and everybody advertises their cards under their comments. That's where I would go, and personally, I would just buy those cards rather than buying the Rage of Bahamut packs, because you're actually guaranteed to get the card you wanted that way. Yeah, some people want some really high prices for some of those cards. I think 30 holy powder for 1 Axe Master is personally ridiculous. I think you can find a much better trade. In the same instance, you can find some really good trades like Luci's for 3 holy powder apiece. And I'll be talking about Luci or the Dark Knight versus Valkyrie pretty soon. So, before we get onto that, the referral code system has changed really, really well. I like to see these changes because it emphasizes getting your friends to play, getting your family members to play, and not only that, just using that one-time referral code-based system to benefit you, but you actually want to see those players rank up and proceed and, progress in the game. So, the referral code-based one is at level 10, you receive 100,000 rubies and the referral card, and also, after the tutorial is finished, you receive 1,000 friendship points. Now, this is kind of nice because a lot of what people were doing was they were just verifying the account, and then they were just massively trading a whole bunch of Lucis or Valkyries to their one main account and trading that off. So this level 10 progress actually slows that down a bit. I'd actually like to see that a little bit higher to kind of prevent that quote-unquote fraud or cheating or malice, but at least at this level 10, it slows them down quite a bit. So you'll get that referral code, and you'll get that 100,000 rubies, and you'll get that 1,000 friendship points, which is 5 cards. But here's really where it starts to kick in. At level 30, you receive personal holy powder of 5. I would like to see the ones that I could trade off, but at 5 personal holy powders for those certain events, that's really good. And here's where it gets really, really, really nice, guys. At level 50, you get a higher and up claim ticket. If you were buying those normally, it's like 850 gems. So straight, basically 8 or more weeks of just getting that chance of getting that high rare and up. To me, personally, that's amazing. It doesn't take that long to get to level 50 and to get, a high rare up claim ticket package, a holy powder, 100,000 rubies, and the referral card, and 1,000 friendship points. and another good player to hopefully join your order. I really like this new referral code based system. Be sure to comment below and tell me what you think of it, or if you have ideas on how they can make this better. Okay. Speaking of referral codes, Hild versus Dark Knight Lucille. I'm going to bring up my little chart here. And guys, keep in mind, I tried to keep these numbers the same. I understand that a level 8 Valkyrie and a level 8 Luci have completely different stats. I could not find the max stats of Luci and Valkyrie. I searched for about 30 minutes and actually gave up. I know that a level 8 Luci, I'm not sure if that's actually talking about maxing out each card and evolving it the proper way, or just taking 8 cards, throwing them all together, and then just maxing out that one last nickname card at 3,600, and then it's like 10,700. So these are just averages between that 4 to 8 card based system, not talking about actually properly evolving them all the way. And I did this simply to give you a good comparison, okay? So the average is 13,500 attack, 10,000 defense. Each one says that it's a great bonus, which actually equals out to 12.5%. I actually got these mixed up. Great boost to gods is Valkyrie's stat. Great hit to foes, attack and defense is Luci's one, okay? So which one do I think is better? I think Luci personally is more versatile. You can put her in your defense deck and you can put her in your attack deck, and she works really well both ways. Now, Valkyrie, if you're doing events, okay, or if you're attacking a deck that doesn't necessarily have the best quote-unquote god defensive skills, then Valkyrie could be much better. So how I'm going to compare this is if you have 5 Lucis, no matter what, she doesn't boost her own attack, so it's 6,700, 67,500 attack all ways, okay? Now, from what I've heard, only 3 skills can go off during one battle, okay? So Valkyrie, you get that 112.5%, that's boosted up to 7,500, basically 76,000, then 85,000 and a half to 96,000 if all 3 Valkyrie skills go off, and if you're using 5 Valkyries in your deck. Okay? Well, in the same sense, if you're fighting a defense deck, a pure defense deck that has 100,000 defense, and guys, I've gone up against those decks, okay? Where if you're fighting with those 5 Valkyries, even if all 3 of those skill levels goes off, you still can't defeat that 100,000 deck. Now, with those 5 Lucis at 67,500, if you attack that 100,000 deck, only one goes off, that drops it down to 88,500, all the way down to 69,311. And that's if it's 12.5, 12.5, 12.5 each time taking it down. Now, the other way is if all 12 of those halves times 3, that takes that 100,000 deck down to 62,500, which means that you can actually beat it with those 5 Lucis. So, personally, what do I like better? The way I have my deck set up, I think that Luci is better. Just because if one of her skill effects goes off, that's guaranteed to hit all 5 of those cards, since it's not specific. With me, since I'm only using 3 Valkyries and 2 man cards in my deck, then that means that if one of the skill boosts goes off, that's not a great bonus to me. Rather, if I replace my 2 man cards with 5 Valkyries, maybe more. So, I personally think that Luci is the better card here when attacking other players, but Valkyrie is the better card when going after events, okay? Because of that bonus effect for all 5 cards. So it's really up to you, okay? Lastly, our card of the week is Devil Queen, okay? Angel Queen and Devil Queen have pretty much the same effect. Angel Queen is that card that you get from Twittering 10 days in a row. She gives you a good boost to leveling up your card's skill level. Devil Queen gives a amazing or extremely high boost to ranking up that skill card's level. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is on the forums, people have been willing to pay 10 to 12 holy powders for this one Devil Queen, which of course you get from reward events, okay? Unless you start ranking up your S rare cards, your SS rare cards, or those S legendary cards, I don't think Devil Queen is actually worth saving. I would personally trade off my Devil Queen for 4 Lucis, which is what I did. And then maxing out that 4 Lucis actually helps out my defense deck and my attack deck quite a bit more. So guys, that basically concludes this week's video. I'm going to talk about our order changes real quick, okay? So you can tune off if you're not interested in that. But our order changes basically goes like this. Our leader, Melisson, is thinking about turning over the president's status over to me, okay? Because I'm a lot more involved with the order, time-wise. Not that he's a poor leader. He's actually an amazing leader and has gotten our order really far. But what this allows me to do is this allows me to actually allow new order members to join and to kick out those inactive users, which me as the vice president isn't able to do. But our sister order is House of Gods 2. So if you message me in-game, guys, I can actually let you join right now. Okay, you have to talk to Melisson 1980. But if our order is full up of that House of Gods 1, check out House of Gods 2, and they probably have a free spot for you to open up. We're a joint team, we're an order, so we're always looking out for each other. And of course, feel free to message me in game with questions or post comments below, or ask me comments below. Be sure to subscribe, guys. Well, this is Jayson121 signing off. I hope you guys have a great 4th of July.